This is what everyone has been talking about for months. This virus has the world on edge, and a lot of major companies are backing out of conferences and conventions because they fear that there could be a coronavirus outbreak. Airports are looking for the virus at all times, and if you have traveled in the last few months, then one of the questions they will always ask you is if you have been to the province of Hubei in the last 14 days. The world is trying to do everything it can do to stop this from being a major pandemic and having a devastating impact on the economy, safety, and the human race. But where did this all start from? How did a virus kick out of nowhere and infect thousands of people? I'm your host, Chadarena, and on today's Life's Biggest Questions, we are going to be asking the question, who started the coronavirus? So wash your hands and grab a mask because we are getting right into it. If you're watching this video, you might already have an idea of what the coronavirus is, but just in case you aren't familiar with the specifics of what we're dealing with, let me give you a quick rundown. So the coronavirus has been renamed the Wuhan virus because it's less confusing, and there are also several different versions of the coronavirus. We have seen this virus infect people in the past. SARS, MERS, as well as the common cold are all versions of the coronavirus. The Wuhan virus is just the latest version that we can track and has been spreading throughout the world. The Wuhan version is actually a combination of several other coronaviruses. Traces of MERS, SARS, as well as the common cold have all been linked together in what has made this strain slightly more deadly. The fatality rate is 2%, which is quite low, but that is also the same fatality rate as the Spanish flu, which killed 50 million people. That is why containing the spread of this sickness is so important. Now, who started the virus? There was a theory that it could have come from contaminated fish. It seems that the source of the outbreak could have been the Huanan fish market. This would make sense as seafood is a major cause of a lot of food-related illnesses. But it turns out that the fish market was not the place where the virus started, but just a launch pad for it to spread to many people. This is one of the busiest markets in the province of Hubei, so someone who was carrying the virus would have interacted with the market, maybe coughed a couple of times, and just like that, a few hundred people were infected. Since then, the market has been shut down and under constant investigation to see what they can find and see if they can find the source of where the virus might have come from. If you want to step out of the realm of the news cycle for a moment, there's also been the theory that the virus was caused by some sort of an attack. Now, this is the conspiracy realm, but I always love to explore it. A world government, either China, America, or Russia, made the virus in a lab to release onto the public so it could have devastating global effects. What would be some of the motivations of doing something like this? It could have been to destabilize the global stock market. The effects of the Wuhan virus have already caused the stock market to see major hits, and it may cause a crash. Another reason could have been some sort of effect on the American election that is right around the corner. Pandemics like this cause massive amounts of panic, and a president who can deal with something like this well will be the deciding factor of a re-election or the election of someone who can deal with this a lot better. There is also the classic theory that this was released by a major government solely for the reason of population control. A major culling might be what the secret shadow government wants so they can help control climate change and try to save the planet. They see killing millions of people as the only way they can accomplish this goal. But even though I know getting deep into the weeds of all the conspiracy theories is very fun, I wanted to keep this in the realm of what we know as fact. Even if the super powerful Illuminati has been pulling the strings behind the scenes and making us all think the world is one way when it is actually another. But that's a question for another video. It seems that the virus started the same way a lot of people think it started and the same way a lot of other viruses started. It was from people eating infected food, specifically bats. Bats are a delicacy throughout China and a lot of different countries in Asia. In fact, even after the news has shown the Wuhan virus had come out of bats, bats have still been sold for consumption in a lot of markets, and people are still choosing to eat them, although the consumption of bats as well as the sale has dropped dramatically since the outbreak. Now, how did something like eating bats lead to the spread of the worst pandemic of the 2020s? Well, it turns out bats carry quite a few diseases. SARS, MERS, and the common cold, as well as 80 other kinds of diseases are found in bats. This is similar to the way that the mad cow disease spread. First, the disease will start in animals, something that lies dormant and can even have no effect on the animal. This This is because the animal may have a natural immunity to the sickness. Now, how did bats get contaminated with the Wuhan virus? Well, this is still open to discussion. One of the most likely reasons is humans contaminating water sources with sewage, and then bats coming in contact with this tainted water and causing the SARS that was already in their bodies to mutate. Once this mutated version was introduced to humans, it would lie dormant for a week, giving the opportunity for it to spread. This could be what happened in the Wuhan fish market, and then once it was in humans, the only way we can stop it is by good medical services and containment sectors. Well, I hope this answered some of your questions as to where the Wuhan virus might have come from. I tried to keep my information as up to date as possible, and we are getting new knowledge on this outbreak daily. So if you have any new information on this topic, please write your information in the comments below so people can stay up to date on this themselves. Until next time, I've been your host, Shade Arena, and I'm here to answer all your questions.